Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another WordPress tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about adding a file field to a form submission. So you guys have asked about form submission with a file input to upload a file. Now, there's so many different ways you can do it and so many different places you can use that file and ways that you can upload. My recommendation is to not put a file upload on a public form unless you are very, very specifically sure that you have all the security settings correct, meaning that you're restricting what type of file it is, making sure that it's submitting to a directory that's not a root directory of the website or something like that. Because if the security is not right, someone can upload a PHP file or something like that that could really they could download everything in your database. By uploading one PHP file, they could find out like all the details of your entire website and take over the website. So make sure that the security settings are right. You're only uploading like a JPEG image or something like that. In this video, I want to show you guys the very, very basic of a file input. Now, the reason why I want to show you the basics of it is because I want you guys to build on top of it. Now, I'll make another video that is more detail about making sure the file type, that we restrict the file type, making sure that there's not already another name, a file that's already named that name. But in this one, I want to show you guys to upload it to the WordPress uploads directory. You can create different directories and upload files to whatever directory you want. I recommend doing it to the uploads directory because it's already created, it's already there. That's what that directory is for. And I would only use file uploads in an admin area. Specifically, if it's like your website, you can use a very basic file upload because you know you're the only one uploading to that location. But if someone gets access to that, they can upload whatever they want. So make sure that your security settings, and when you make a file upload, that you're not doing it on a public form so that anybody can upload anything unless you're making sure you're restricting the file type and stuff like that. So we're going to go into creating the file upload, and then another video we can go into the security of making sure that the file's not some kind of hack and some kind of, we can restrict whether it's a JPEG or a PDF and stuff like that. So let's get started on it, and then we can make another video that's more secure. Okay. So here on our ideapro.io site that we do testing and plugins and stuff, tutorials, we're going to go into plugins and we're going to activate this form example process submit. If you haven't watched that plugin video, I'll link it up here in the cards go back and watch that video, because that is the form that we're going to use, and we submit to a process page, and then it forwards on to a thank you page. I don't want to go into making this video really long by creating all that form again. Watch that video. It creates the form. All we're going to do is add another field in there that is a file submit. All right. So we're going to activate this plugin. All right. So now we're going to go to our code, and we have this plugin open here. Now, this is the function that includes the form. And then we have open here our process index.php, which is what actually processes the form submit. And we have it down here that it emails us and a little message here, and then redirects to a thank you page. All right. So here on the form page, this is a shortcode that we created, and we're using form example. So we need to go into our pages here, and we're going to go to the home page. I think we removed that from the home page. Yep, this was a different one here. We're going to add a shortcode here, and it's going to be the form example. That one that was there was a different plugin that we did. All right, so we're going to update this page. We're going to come back over here to our home page and we're going to refresh and scroll down here. And so now we have your name, your email address, submit your information. So that's what our form says here. It's your name, your email, and then submit your information. And as I said before, this goes to our process index.php page. So on our form here, we're actually going to add another field that's going to be a file input. All right. So we're going to come in right here under email. We're going to say $content, content.equals. And if you haven't watched my previous plugins, content is just a variable that we're using to return down here, and you always return in a shortcode. You don't echo it out to the page because it'll cause errors. I've talked about that in other plugins videos. And this dot equals concatenates the content variable that we started up here. So basically this is a string variable, and then by adding the dot equals, we've added onto that string for the dot content, the variable content throughout the code here. So here on we're going to add an input field. So it's input type is equal to file name is equal to, we're going to go just close that off. Now this name is should be very unique for what you want to do. And the reason why I want to make this very unique is because I want you guys to understand how you're calling it on the backside. All right. So we're going to call it my unique file. All right. And so if we save that, we come back over here to our form, we refresh. So now we have this file input here. Let's add a break after it. Did we add 2 on them before? Yeah, we can add 2 breaks. Again, this is not styled or anything like that. That's the reason why we're using break commands, because I want to show you guys just the basics. All right, so now we have a choose file here, and we can upload a file and submit it. All right, but it won't submit yet. And the reason why, and this is where a lot of people miss this step in creating a form that has a file upload. Our form tag up here says form method is equal to post, action is equal to process, which is this index.php page we have here that will submit. It will submit to that index.php page. But we're not telling this form that we actually have a file upload in the form. And the way we do that is we come right here and we say enctype is equal to multipart / form data, like that. So enctype multipart form data, that basically says, hey, we're going to have multiple parts in this form, and it's going to be a file upload. So that way the form knows to submit it, because if you submitted it without that, it wouldn't even recognize the file at all. It would just send through your name, your email, and it wouldn't send my unique file on through. All right. So that's how you tell the form that you're submitting a file. Okay, so we're going to save that. Now on the form side over here, if we refresh, adding that enctype doesn't change anything to the look or anything like that of the form, but now it allows us to submit that file when we submit the form. Now I'm doing this on a public page, and I will deactivate the plugin after I make this video, because you don't want this file upload on a public page unless you're doing the security where you're saying what type of file it is and stuff like that. And I still recommend not doing that. All right, so now on the we've got our form ready to submit a file. So now over here on our index.php that's going to process that information, we need to again take our file name here, and we need to come over and we need to start working on uploading that file. All right, so let's come right here above below the name and email, and we're going to start kind of processing the file. All right. So I'm going to show you guys how to upload it to the uploads directory, but I'm not going to add it to a custom post type or anything like that. In another video, I can add it, make it where you can add it to the media library. That way you can create your own form field that uploads images or something like that, right? All right, so here we want to get the, first thing we want to do is we want to get the target directory and target file. Okay. All right. So the target directory, let's say target directory is equal to, and then we're going to use the WP upload directory function. And what that does is it, WP upload directory is going to return an array of different paths for the upload directory. All right. So then we're going to come down here, we're going to say target directory is equal to target directory, and this becomes an array of the upload directory. And so in here we're going to use path. Now I've called this variable again as the same as the one above it, because after I use this variable here, which is an array, I don't need target directory anymore. So I want to make it just target directory. If I didn't want to kind of kill that array, I could say target directory array or something like that. We'll do that just to show you. And then that would be our target directory is equal to target directory array path, right? But because we're not going to use this again in this code here, we could have killed target directory by calling target directory again, and then target directory path using the path as the array key. All right, so now we have our target directory of where we're going to upload the file to. Okay, depending on your upload settings in WordPress depends on where you're actually uploading that file to. In mine, I turn off like month and day of the uploads directory, so mine's just going to be in the uploads directory. All right, so the next thing that we want to add is we want to add the target file. So we're going to create a variable called target file, and that's going to equal the target directory dot, and then we're going to use the name of the file that's been uploaded, but we're going to call base name, which is a built-in PHP function, and we're going to use the $_ files. If you're not familiar with that, basically you have $_ get for anything that's submitted through the URL, where it's like $variable is equal to whatever. Then post is a $_ post is where you post information, kind of like we did up here with your name and your email. We're using the type of post, but with files, it now puts it under with a $_ files. So the thing that we're going to use here is the $_ files, and then what we called our file name over here, which is my unique file. So we're going to come over here, my unique file, and then here we're going to put, then over here we're going to put name. All right. So basically what that's doing is it's going to say my unique file, what is the name of that file, whether it's like mypicture.jpg or josh.jpg or whatever the file that you're uploading. It takes that name because that's what we want to use in the target name that we're uploading. Now you could go in here and put in an if statement. If there's no file, don't do anything. We're not going to go into that in this video. I want to give it the basic information that we possibly can. So, but you could do if file doesn't exist. If someone didn't upload a file, then don't do anything. There's not going to be an _files name and stuff like that. But we're going to keep it just very basic so you guys can build upon it going from there. All right. So now we have our target file. So then we're going to come down here and we're going to say if we're going to create an if and else statement. All right. So if the file uploads successfully, we're going to say echo. Actually, we're not going to say echo because down here we're submitting the message. So we could put in here a message dot equals, and we're going to say file upload message. So that comes through on our email dot like this. So then the file upload message that's going to get passed through by email is we're going to say a file, a file was uploaded to the uploads directory. All right, and then down here we're going to copy this and say no file was uploaded. No file was uploaded. Okay, all right, we're going to save that. So now if we went to our page, it would actually, and tried to submit it, it would break because we have nothing in this if statement. But so basically what this is doing is it's going to say if, and we're going to actually upload the file in this if statement. If it uploads fine, then this message here will be sent to this here and say that a file has been uploaded. If not, it will say no file was uploaded. And we could pass through the error and stuff like that, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. All right. So here we're going to say move uploaded file, and that's a function, built-in function with PHP. So we're going to move uploaded file, and we're going to come up to this again, and we're going to use this again down here, right? But here we're going to change it to the actual temporary name that's given when you do the enctype. It puts it into a temporary directory. All right, we're going to say temp name, right? And it's a very, if you echo out the files thing and see what the different array is in there, you'll see temp name in there, and it's a weird little number that basically is a reference to the temporary file with PHP. All right, so we're going to say if move uploaded file, unique file, temporary name, and then we're going to do a comma, and we're going to do target file. Okay, so basically what that's saying is move uploaded file, the unique file, the temporary name that's been given by PHP when we clicked submit, and name it with the target file name. So basically the target file is saying in the target directory with the base file name that we're uploading. All right, so now it will upload this file, put it into a message, and send us an email that says this file has been uploaded. If not, it will say no file was uploaded. All right, so we're going to save that. We're going to come back over to our form. We're going to put first name, I guess it was first name and last name, but we'll just do email address here. And then we're going to choose a file. We're going to do the me.jpg here, just an image of me. And then we're going to submit your information. Now it's going to submit to the process index.php page, and then it's going to go forward us on to the thank you page, which is what's done here. It sent us on to the thank you page. Now, if you noticed, it took a little bit more time to process that form submission, and it's because we're adding a file in it. Even if you don't add a file in it and you have enctype multi-part form data, it's still going to take longer to submit that form than what if you didn't have the enctype form data in there. Okay. All right, so now we're going to check our email. So we're going to open this email, and you can see here that this is, again, just a broken template that I made in another video. It says, hi, uploading, the following information has been submitted. Joshua Herbison, a file was uploaded to the uploads directory. Okay, so our file upload worked. So now if you were to check that uploads directory, you should have a file in there that's the file that you uploaded. So that's the basics of uploading a file to through a form submission. As I said, I wouldn't do that on a public form, and we actually will go into our plugins here and deactivate this form submission here. So I hope that helps you guys with the form upload. I'm gonna make another video. It might be tomorrow before I'm able to make that video. That is the going through and making sure that the file, there is a file that's uploaded. We'll look at the whether to look at the file type that's being uploaded and even rename it if it's already got that same name in there. I'll show you guys how to do that uniquely so that you don't have to worry about overwriting another file. And then we can I'll make another video that's how to upload it into the WordPress media library. So thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. If you know anybody that could use this video to learn, send it to them, share it with them, and I will see you guys in the next video.